live from this video, and in this particular video you will get to know about how to take a more advantage into the market by learning all the lessons which has happened in last maybe 8 years. And when you learn this kind of method, and today I am going to focusing on how to take your trade in order to focusing on high returns in advance. Let's say if you have a good money in your bank account, that means you need to put your money into the market, because every money you put into the bank account, it's just degrading. How this chart is given the greatest crazy returns over the last few years. And from that point of time you get to know that this is a time when the most people are just come to there and they try to invest their money into that bitcoin, but more or later it will become so big as compared to this level, which is almost 8 times money. If you have invested your money at this time, then you will have to get lots of money back into your bank account just from here. And this is the same thing happen again, maybe today, just because of today the trading chart of this bitcoin, which is almost $29,000. And if you look at this chart, it is keep going up. From there you will see the support level. This is the support level of this chart, and it is keep getting more and more trends from there. Now this is the trend which is began from here to there, and which is a good sign and good indicator to buy, because every time whenever the trend is going down, this given a support over there at this line. Whenever the chart is going down again, this chart is going to support this level, and the same thing happen again. Whenever you take a position over there, this is a highly chance it will give you a breakout from there to here, just like that. It may be just like that. This could be a new breakout from here, just because of the same thing they did in their past. And if you observe, the same thing happen in future. That means you are going to take your back according to your risk appetite. And over there, when you look at the chart again, this is a period when the most of the people are not afford to lose their bitcoin, and most of the people are just selling from here. This is not a people sell very little quantity, but when the most of the retail investors are sell their positions, that means there is not a higher chance to go downside just because of they sell at this position. But whenever the institutions are selling their position at a big level, that means at a big candle and big breakdown, it started to begin just like that. And when you look at the chart angle, by looking at this new candlestick chart pattern, then you will feel, yeah, this is the same thing can be happen just because of that. And when you look at level level, this is a support. When the trend is going down and upside, this support is taking a place there, and they just taking a little bit in rest, and from there they started to begin again a rally. Once it has happened, they will get more and more clarity in future. End of the day, they will create a massive return for their investor, and as well as for their all the creators, those who are on their Bitcoin currencies. And when you look at this super chart trend from here, and if you are investing your money from there, that means this is the highly chance you will get more money from here to here, which is almost 7 to 8 times money from here to here, which is quite good. You don't have it, but you understand the new technologies and new advantages, and you will get the same thing over there. When we talk about the level of the bears and bullish candle pattern, then you will see the bullish candle pattern which is started to begin from here, because of the Fed has been started to increase their liquidity into the market. There are lots of money are printed by the Fed. There is a reason why the candlestick pattern of the Bitcoin, it has been started to going up and up. From that point of time, you will see this is a small fraction of this trend, but over there, when you take a chance to try to catch up what is the real money that has been generated at this moment, then you will get to know this is the three candlestick pattern which is generate over 41% return in just three candlestick pattern. By the way, I have just designed this three candlestick pattern based on weekly. Just that's the reason why this three candlestick pattern almost deserve 21 days. That is the reason why people are getting interested into that because of, and this is the only big thing in global market which is giving a decent return as compared to another high risky and high reward stocks. And this is the same thing happened with that. Whenever the chart is given the upside, the more and more institutional buyers are coming into that. Just like that, whenever you see the big candle is created by the trend of this Bitcoin, then we will have to see that how this big candle is gonna be in future, because every big candle is started to begin from the base level to upside, just because of most of the institutional investors are came into, and they play a very critical role in that to enhancing their level from basic advanced, from low to high. And when you look at the overall chart, then you will see the result they have producing from here, from the 5 years till the 2021, when the market is started to correct quite a lot. At this moment, the chart is almost given a massive returns for the investors. This is the exactly point of time when the people are starting to sell their positions over there, and that's the reason most of the investors are get and generated this amount of money, which is almost 790% returns in just few years. And when you take a look how much days it take to get high level at this moment, which is take almost 1 year, maybe 1 year plus 1 month. This is the almost 1 year, which is take a good sign for the investors and for those who are not earning their money into the whenever the lockdown is happening in 2020, and at the time they put all their money and all their saving into that just for earning 8 times money into the Bitcoin. The same thing whenever it's happened, the most of the people don't know understand this is the Bitcoin, not a thing which is keep going upside. And whenever they not understand, the thing is keep getting worse, because they don't understand that what is the risk appetite we are taking in order to get high profit, which is almost 8 times from their base level. Whenever they take a risk, and the most of the institutional investors get worried about, and they already become alert. Most of the smart investors, those who already understand the market really well, they already get to know this market at the top level. If I keep investing in that there is a higher chance it will give you massive return, maybe give you a 30 to 40% return more, but there is a higher chance this will give you a massive drop down, just because of this is the high side which this had been touched over there. But most of the retail investors are just keep holding that Bitcoin, and from that point of time they will lose almost 53% of their money into the Bitcoin. And this has happened only just 100 days. The stock has been gained, which is almost 800% in just 3 years. From here, not just 3 years, which is almost 1 year. And whenever you see this happen in just 100 years, which is far below the level of this market gain they have been gained from the last 1 year. So from the false signal, whenever the people are just starting to buying the Bitcoin, whenever the false signal has been created by the operators, and maybe sometimes it will created by the institutional investors, just like that. Whenever you see this kind of pattern, then you might be alert, because you at this point of time you are going to see this candle is starting to go up. That means this will in future is maybe give you a massive returns, just because of this candle is started again to go and rise up very quickly, and you don't understand what is that is the reason why you are not able to book your profit very far and very fast as much as possible. And that is the reasons why most of the retail investors are lose their money from here to here, which is 50% almost. And maybe those who understand this technology well, they hold back this money and this Bitcoin, and they started to sell all Bitcoin from here to there, and just because of they are not getting any profit from here to there in just 252 days, and that is the reason why these kind of people are just afraiding most of this type of investing, and they never came into the Bitcoin just because of they lost all their money. This is the right thing, and for the investors, those who don't understand the market, but this is not a right thing for every investor. Those who can understand very well in a crypto market, they can strive and get more profit from the Bitcoin. But most of the people don't understand. I suggest only this kind of people. There is a higher chance you are going to lose most of your money. So from here, when you look at the chart, Bitcoin, then the chart is started to begin here in January 2021, and at this moment, this is the chart which is started to begin from the base, which is almost July 2021. From there, it is gained almost 60% returns. At the moment, whenever the chart is going down, that means there is a selling is started to begin, just because of the most of the institutional investors are not keep investing in that, and they started to sell their positions into the Bitcoin. And over there, when you look at the major crash which maybe happen from this point of time, just because of Fed is started to begin their rate hikes from this point of time, and Fed commentary is not really supported to the Bitcoin and any stock market. And when you look at this chart shows the positivity is in a stock market is started to begin from this point of time from to this point of time. Then you will start to observe that the Bitcoin is trading is that's almost 50% lower level from the top. And when you invest your money into that, you need to be very cautious about how and why. What is my time frame that I am holding till the date I am starting to begin investing to that, and what is the right kind of concept which need to take in order to take more and more position into that. Whenever it's fell down, I will take more position to that, just because I know what is the back end thing and what is the real thing that I am investing to that. And whenever you know this kind of thing, then you not worry about whenever the Bitcoin is starting to fail down just like that. You know this is the right time to invest and more money into that. And whenever you know the things is started to begin very well, just because you know the Bitcoin, which is great. Now from here you invest your money from here to there, you start to sell all position to that. That means you are able to create 100% return. That means you are able to just double your money, whatever you invested into that in just 133 days. This is the time frame you have getting, and this is the right amount of money you have generated by this chart. And so what is the moral of the story, and why I just making this video, and why you need to take more and more strength over there in order to take more positions, in order to get more and more income from that chart. Then you need to be cautious about the what is going to be happen in that process, because this is the time in a Bitcoin when the candlestick pattern is touching their lowest level. At this point time, there is a higher chance whenever this touch at the support level, there is a higher chances become to go upside and a massive level just like that. From here to here, you will observe this is almost 80% return. And if you are a trader, then you are getting 80% return in just 7 days. That means it is really benefit for you. Whenever you get this kind of return, that means you can generate more than 1000% return as annual basis, just because of you have just get more and more returns from this chart in just 7 days. If you apply the same concept again and again, let's see. This is a chart when the chart is started to begin upside, and at this moment the chart is going to be upside, and this will generate almost 44% return in just 42 days. That's great. And from here, when you look at this chart shows us, which is quite impressive maybe for you. It is generated almost 32% return in just 1 day. This is a big candle, maybe 7 days, but that is quite impressive for the people who are not doing something great in their life. They can invest your money into that by understanding the chart that I am presenting to you. Whenever you understand the chart really well, then there is a higher your chance is become for you to gain more and more profit from the market. And when it is become so easy for you, then you will take very easily, and you don't have to be focusing on other things, how it's not working. So this is my side where I explain everything, why do you take your positions and why it is important to gain your profit. And whenever you gain a profit, that means there is a higher chance you will get more and more returns into the market and into any Bitcoin, any cryptocurrency, whenever you understand the chart really well, because the chart never going to give you a false information. Any man, any woman can give a false information, but the chart, whatever the chart is going to tell it to you, it is not going to be a wrong decisions. It's not going to be a unrealistic decisions which is not meant to you, which is not a beneficial for you. So take decisions based on your convictions whenever the chart is beginning to fail, and then check out what's going on in the market. And if market is in accordance to you, and if the market is working in terms of their finding their lowest point, that means you need to observe what is the trend at this moment, and whenever the trend is started to begin at this point of time, then you can invest it. It's simple. So this is my side.